I was actually going to debate as to whether or not I was going to talk about this. But considering that the last Mom Food Chronicle I did involved banana bread, and there was actually something I had forgotten to talk about during that video, I guess I might as well make up for that now, as well as it would be a good segue into today's Mom Food Chronicle. See, believe it or not, and I actually had figured this out on happenstance, and my mother had tried this and it worked when I suggested the idea. My mother's banana nut bread is actually, what's the word? I want to say interchangeable or universal. My point is you can use that very same recipe for other things. Specifically, making muffins. Yes, my mother would use the banana bread to make muffins. But I said it would be a segue into today's Mom Food Chronicle, which is blueberry muffins. Yes, good morning and happy hump day, everybody. We have another Mom Food Chronicles video today. And man, am I excited to talk about this one because this was probably the first time in my life when my mom would make blueberry muffins. When I was young, that is. Like, not now. I mean, obviously, please just have a body made out of blueberry muffins. Holy cow. Because when you hear blueberry muffins, you just hear it and you're like, oh, I've heard what they are on TV. Like, it's one of those things where, like, you hear about them a lot, and never do you really expect to have them until it just sort of shows up out of the blue. And that's exactly what happened here. Now, before I elaborate what specifically my memories of it overall are, I should explain, like, this really isn't a scratch-made recipe. In fact, it's actually I don't even know if it exists anymore. Like, like those box cake mixes, like, Betty Crocker and Duncan Hines, like, box cake mix and stuff. They also had, like, muffin recipes, and there was a blueberry muffin one as well. So, in fact, my mother actually did lemon poppy seed muffins, or actually lemon poppy seed cake too. Those are awesome. But, so you're probably wondering, wait, boxed blueberry muffin mix. How does that work? Well, maybe they have this at, like, your local grocery store or something. Maybe it's around, I don't know. If it still exists, someone let me know. But the way that boxed blueberry mix would work is, like any other box cake mix, you have your dry ingredients that are all mixed together in, like, a bag that you use scissors to cut open, or if you want to live dangerously, pull it from from the middle and hope nothing it doesn't flourish everywhere so it doesn't make a mess. And inside there was actually a little can of blueberries. Now, these blueberries weren't like the big sort of luscious things like you see at the grocery store. They were definitely on the smaller side, as you could fit a bunch of them in a can it was yay big and I guess this wide, I think. It really wasn't that big of a can. Because again, this is a box cake mix. Everything's got to fit into the box. And, my mom would, use a can opener to open up this can because they didn't have the tab to open it. And, you mix your dough, add your water, possibly your oil. Did the recipe have oil? I think it did. And your eggs, or whatever the recipe entailed. And when it's all mixed together, then you stir in the blueberries. Now, I think looking back at it, the reason why the blueberries in that can were as small as they were, and before anyone says that, they weren't listen, I don't know what they were, but, the box said blueberry muffin mix. I'm not going to question it. So my mom would like pour the can of blueberries in, mix it together. And I think the fact that the blueberries were as small as they were actually kind of a good thing. Because a smaller bunch of blueberries would technically yield more surface area. Think of it like this. Like, what has more surface area? A log or sawdust? The answer is sawdust because, again, each tiny individual piece has more surface area. And because, in this case, the blueberries were smaller, and with that greater surface area, you'd be able to, mix them in a lot easier. And, it's not like, because let's be honest, sometimes you get blueberries, and, it'll be completely oversaturated with blueberries, which I do like that sometimes. It's actually nice. Enough blueberries and you pretty much change the color of the muffin altogether. From the sort of golden white with what can only be described as blue spots to a purpley blue looking sort of muffin on the bottom. I mean, the top would still be that sort of golden brown white sort of color with blue spots, but because the blueberry juice would oversaturate the dough, you get that sort of blue color or whatever. So I mean, it looked cool, and sometimes it would taste awesome. Personally, I'm not really that picky. I mean, pretty much as long as the muffin is cooked all the way through and obviously deemed edible, it's fine. But I can see why too many blueberries can sort of oversaturate the rest of the flavor of the muffin, or too little blueberries, you don't really taste the blueberry flavor at all. This surprisingly had a good balance for a boxed cake mix of all things. It was actually quite interesting. And this was actually something I would help my mom make in the kitchen in the morning sometimes if I got up early enough to help her. Because here's the thing, whenever my mom made blueberry muffins, it would always, for some reason, this was around the time I was definitely in St. Mary our Mother when this was going on. And she would make them during a school day, if she was off or something. So, needless to say, it was always a pleasant surprise to have it. Plus, I believe I was in second grade when I started realizing, if I get up early, I can actually do stuff in the morning before going to school. Jump on my trampoline. I had a trampoline when I was a kid. Or play video games. Seriously, I think I played so much Donkey Kong Country 2, it was unbelievable. And at that point, I'm blueberry muffins. Okay, sure. Why not? So, yeah, I would help my mom make blueberry muffins, and it was great, and, I love them. I mean, let's be honest, though, these are from a box. I mean, if you're a blueberry muffin fan, you've never had it before, I'd say it's worth giving a try. And if you are but then again, I'm sure you're probably one of those blueberry muffin purists. If you have blueberry muffins with fresh blueberries, you can never go back to anything else. And yeah, technically that's true. Fresh blueberries are always going to yield a better quality muffin than anything you're going to get out of a box or a can or whatever. But again, this is food that I grew up with. Plus, over time, I had the opportunity to try the actual, fresh stuff. So, we're good. It's definitely something. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I haven't had a blueberry muffin in a long time. I would say, wow. I'll be honest, I can't remember the last time I had a blueberry muffin. I really, whether my mom would make it or otherwise. I really can't. I should probably fix that. I mean, I guess the simplest thing to do would maybe, go to Dunkin' or something and maybe have a blueberry muffin from there. Although, if any of you people read, health articles and stuff like that, then you know that the muffins at Dunkin' Donuts are so incredibly bad for you that they might as well be cupcakes in disguise. In fact, technically they are cupcakes. Because when you put your muffin dough in a paper cup, they are cupcakes. But what if you don't frost? They are still cupcakes, whether you frost them or not. Okay? If you're going to make muffins, you do not, under any circumstances, put your muffin batter into a paper cup in the little muffin tin. Okay? You grease your muffin pan and straight up pour the batter in. Like a lot of bakeries do. I mean, I get why using the paper cups is necessary, seeing as how, people have dirty hands and they touch the actual muffin, they may touch another muffin as well. Yeah, I get that, but if you're going to do that, you call them what there is. They are cupcakes without any frosting, if you do that. Okay? Good. I'm glad I settled that debate once and for all. So remember, cup means cupcakes. No cup means muffins. There you go. Huh. Now I really want a blueberry muffin. And again, for the life of me, I can't remember the last time I had one. I think the last time I had one might have been one back before my grandparents would go up to Cuckoo Lake a lot. My grandmother would make blueberry muffins up in the A-frame that I showed you guys. It was that big brown house on top of the hill whenever I showed off Cuckoo Lake. My grandmother would make cinnamon rolls or biscuits or muffins for breakfast, something like that. Sometimes she'd make blueberry muffins. That might have been the first time I ever had fresh. That was really good. So, yeah, I guess what was mom food was upgraded to grandma food. That'd be really cool, huh? So, yeah. Actually, I'm going to be seeing my grandmother later today. Maybe I could probably ask her if she had a blueberry muffin recipe. That'd be nice to have one day. Have to see. I mean, I think we're technically coming up on blueberry season, if I'm not mistaken. Although, if what I heard was true, you could just simply go to New Jersey and go nuts. Because I once read that New Jersey is actually the blueberry muffin capital of the nation. I believe that's the case. There could be wrong. Yeah. So, again, if you're a blueberry muffin fan, you've never had, boxed blueberry mix or whatever, I would say it's worth trying at least once. Plus, who knows? It may not be as... full disclosure, no way it's... if you're a blueberry muffin snob or aficionado, I can guarantee you, if you just follow the recipe on the box, it's not going to be inedible. It'll taste good. It should taste kind of like what a blueberry muffin should. That's really all you can get. The only thing you'd ever really complain about is the fact that it's blueberry muffins out of a can instead of fresh. But if you can get by that, you're good. You're practically aces. So, yeah. Man, it was really nice to talk about. Man, I really want blueberry muffins. Yeah. Maybe I'll get myself a blueberry muffin as I contemplate the fact that we're at the semifinals of the Masked Singer tonight. So who do I think is gonna win the Masked Singer? Who is gonna get eliminated? Well, some people like to give out potential spoilers. I dub them as hogwash because, let's be honest, even though the show is pre-recorded and the information could in fact be real, I'd rather know myself. So, with the turtle, the rhino, the frog, and the night angel still around, I think it's tough to say. Because both the frog and the turtle definitely have great voices with slightly different personalities. The night angel is, her voice is as beautiful as ever. But then I always forget the rhino. So it's tough. I guess we'll find out tomorrow night, won't we? Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button, follow. We'll find out tonight. I'll be talking about it tomorrow. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button, follow me on social media platforms, on YouTube. I am very humble. I made this video for all of you guys who watch and enjoy for today. And hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful hump day. And if you guys want to talk to channels, we're here to let you know. I'll be back. Take care. Make good choices. See ya.